Hello everybody, as you may or may not have known, there was a Splatoon 2 direct presentation today, and we are now just a few weeks away from the game's release, and today I wanted to go ahead and tell you everything new that was announced in this direct presentation in the shortest period I possibly can, so let's go ahead and get started. There are now a whole bunch of new customization options which include skin tone, eye color, hairstyles, and even leg wear. There was also a new area in Inkopolis called the Galleria. That's going to allow you to buy new gear for your characters from a variety of shops that all sell a variety of different things, but each shop kind of has a specific thing that they specialize in. They then discussed the main weapon types in Splatoon 2. Shooters are good all-around weapons. Rollers are best for inking turf, but they can also be used in melee and very close range combat. Chargers are essentially snipers. Flatline cannons take a long time to charge up, but they unleash a lot of ink at a pretty modest range. Sloshers, as they're called, just kind of splash ink everywhere, and they're pretty untraditional, as the direct stated themselves. Blasters shoot exploding ink balls! Next, they introduced some new changes to weapons that were already in the original Splatoon. Chargers now let you store charges while you're swimming. You can now swing rollers vertically for increased range. And you can complete a cool new dodge roll maneuver with the Splat Doolies. Next, we have some brand new weapons. The Clash Blaster is a short-range weapon, and it was hard to exactly make out what its purpose was from the direct, but it appears to pack a punch. The Flingza Roller is essentially just a more powerful roller. The Goo Tuber holds charges even longer than the other chargers. The Dapple Doolies allowed you to move with even more speed and even more agility. There are a few new sub-weapons available as well. The Auto Bomb will literally follow you and explode in your face. Toxic Mist creates an inky cloud of poison around your enemies to slowly damage them in a wide area. It was also stated that there will be even more sub-weapons in the game than what was just stated during the direct. Every single one of the sub-weapons in Splatoon 2 is going to be brand new. The Tenta Missiles lock onto opponents and shoot projectiles that explode upon hitting the ground. The Inkjet looks pretty overpowered. It basically lets you fly over anywhere you want, blasting your ink onto their terrain, and you can even shoot explosive ink balls at enemies. The Stingray shoots a concentrated beam of ink with extremely high damage, has practically infinite range, and goes through walls, so it's essentially every sniper's dream. The Splashdown allows you to jump out of the air and send ink flying all over your enemy terrain. The Ink Storm creates a cloud that literally rains down ink upon your enemies. The Bomb Launcher allows you to throw ink bombs to your heart's content. Ink Armor grants you temporary invincibility. And finally, the Baller, and I just have to use the direct's exact quotes on this, puts you inside a giant explosive hamster ball. Next, they began talking about game modes. Turf War is the classic Splatoon mode that consists of you trying to cover as much ground as you can with ink. You have infinite respawns on this one. All you have to do is try to get as much of your color ink on the field as you can. Artwork of the various stages was shown off in order to show the diversity of the different places where the Inklings will go to have Turf Wars, and this ranged from a fitness center to a city, to a skate park, to a shipyard. There was a lot of crazy stuff they showed off, and looks pretty good, in my opinion. Ranked battles consist of 3 different rotating game modes. The first mode, Splat Zones, consists of you and your team trying to hold specified splat zones under your control for the longest period of time. Tower Control consists of teams fighting for control over a tower, and at least one team member riding that tower all the way to the end, to the goal on the other side. The last of these modes, Rainmaker, consists of your team trying to get control of a powerful weapon called the Rainmaker, and carrying it all the way to the goal on the other team's area. In ranked battles, you will be given a specific rank that will be determined by how many battles you do win, and every time you win a battle, you will gain experience to increase your rank, and this is to ensure that you get a fair match with somebody else in your own rank. It was also pointed out that unlike Splatoon 1, you will now have a different rank for every single mode, so if you're better at one mode than another, you'll be matched with better players in one mode than another. League battles consist of repeated battles over and over and over again over a long period of time, and you try to work your way up the ranks from the bottom to the top, and when you're done, you'll get a medal to commemorate whatever league you made it to. Back on gear, every piece of gear has 3 different abilities, but you can only equip one at a time. The brand new Salmon Run mode allows you to work in a team of 6, I believe, to defeat salmonoids, as many as you can, and you will get rewarded for that with money and new equipment. A new service called Splatoon 2, that will be part of the Nintendo Switch Online app, is going to allow you to access a lot of things about the game while you're not anywhere near your console. From your phone, you'll be able to see your last 50 battles, see the gear that your opponents used, see all of your stats, and you can even buy gear directly from your phone and send it back to your character in the game. The Nintendo Switch Online app will also allow you to schedule play sessions with your friends when you're away from the console, and you'll get reminders when it's time to play with them, and you'll also be able to have voice chat in individual chat rooms. Even during the same game, you could have, since it's 8 players a game, you could have different chat rooms in between that game. Looks like it's going to be pretty cool. There will also be a new settings menu that provides some enhanced settings compared to the last version, I guess. The next topic is Amiibo, and to start things off, you can actually register information from your account, like your figures, customization, your gear, your rank, your weapons, that kind of thing. You could register all that onto an Amiibo by tapping it to the NFC reader on your Switch. So that way when you go to a friend's house, per se, and then you put your Amiibo onto their NFC reader on their Switch, you'll be able to play with your own character, your own progress, your own weapons, and stuff like that away from home. You also get special gear by tapping an Amiibo into your system. Also, for some strange reason, there are Amiibo photo shoots, so in case you've always wanted to get your picture with an Amiibo, or your in-game character's picture with an in-game Amiibo, you can do that. There are also 3 new Splatoon Amiibos coming out with the release of the game, and those are Inkling Girl, Inkling Boy, and Squid Thing. There is also a drawing box thingamajiggy where you can submit your own drawings into contests so that they might appear in stages or in Inkopolis Square. And if you wish, you can go eat food, which somehow boosts your battle skills. Don't ask me. And yes, as many people speculated, there will be a separate area in Inkopolis where you can connect to local multiplayer battles and have full-on 4-on-4 turf wars in local wireless communications without connecting to the internet. So if you don't buy the Switch Online service, you're not totally screwed over for this game. You can still play with friends as long as you have a bunch of people who have Switches in Splatoon 2 as well. There will also be arcade machines in Inkopolis Square that are actually playable. So if you get bored of the actual gameplay, you can play some arcade games as well. There will also be a single-player campaign mode in case you don't have access to the internet at all times. And basically this will allow you to fight Octarians, I think that's what they're called. Anyways, there are a bunch of enemies, you fight the enemies. It's using basic Splatoon mechanics, but in a kind of destroy all the enemies on the screen type thing, if you know what I mean. And based on some of the hints we're getting so far, I think this is going to be a much more story-centered campaign mode than we saw in the last Splatoon. There was almost no story to that one. This one looks like it's going to have some more story elements, so we'll see. They also stated there will be constant content updates even after the game's release, constantly adding new stages, new weapons, new gear, etc., and they even tease some of the stuff that's coming in later updates. And this will be free, so you won't have to pay for it like a DLC. This will all be coming through free updates. Splatfest will be essentially wars waged by 2 opposing sides that are decided over a stupid question like, do you like ice cream or cake better? Then there was a seemingly pointless video showing off a giant dance party concert type thing in Inkopolis Square, and I guess the whole point of the video was just to show you 2 new characters in the game that were basically just pop stars on the stage. Things got a little bit more interesting with a finale talking about the Splatfest World Premiere, which is basically another demo, kind of like the test fire, except this one is for Splatfest instead. So you can download it off the eShop. It'll be Saturday the 15th. And that was really it, so thank you guys so much for watching. I managed to condense this into less than 10 minutes, which is pretty impressive since it was pretty much a 30-minute long direct. Yeah, so be sure to leave a like if you want to see more Splatoon 2 coverage, and if I get enough people requesting, maybe I will go ahead and buy the game. It's definitely on my list of things to purchase at some point. But if enough people are asking, it'll definitely go up in priority of what I'm buying next. So, anyways, thanks again for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought about the Direct. Things you think are cool, things you think aren't cool. Are you going to get Splatoon, or are you not going to get Splatoon 2, I mean? And, do you think the abundance of features is a good thing, or is it just too much to handle? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Well, again, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.